Ukraine 500 Hryvnia Banknotes and US 100 Banknote Kiev, Ukraine. This picture taken on October 31, 2016. Summary: bondholders agreed to make a payment pause until the summer of 2024. Ukraine says that it aims to restore capital market access to investors. Kiev looks at Western partners. Multilateral for credit support resources. London. October 9 shows great investors about the country's $20 billion international debt, $20 billion, and the possibility of creation new financing. In a statement too, he said that interactions intensified in last weeks of Yuri Butsa, president of Debt Management Office, looking for an investor feedback. Negotiations with bondholders would begin early next year. However, a small number of indicators that the international support for Ukraine may be reduced and the conflict is close to reducing, said that a new momentum of debt talks. In late September, U.S., Israel and Gaza in the fight against a government to prevent closure of a government that does not contain help in Kiev's invoice. The bondholders agreed to freeze a 2-year payment freezing in August 2022 by breaking down the economy and financial situation of the occupation in February. Analysts expected that Ukraine could ask for a matching extension from bondholders. Buta, one of those who are familiar with the discussion, held a direct meeting with the creditors. The ambition of Ukraine. The International Monetary Fund program progresses until 2027. Help access to financing is touch markets early, he said. The sources added that the negotiations were informal and that the bondholders have not yet established a creditor committee. Ukrainian Ministry of Finance and Debt Management Office said they would later comment. Under the 4-year $15.6 billion IMF credit program approved in April, Fund predicted that Kiev had to overcome his debt, but did not foresee a timing debt to new funds as part of the debt restructuring. Ukraine will give new bonds to existing owners when an agreement is reached on the losses of existing debts. However, investors in nature risk lending. A nation in war will return to a kind guarantee or return accept agreement by partners. Ukraine. Sources. Part of the debt restructuring. As well, exporting bonds. Investors to increase new financing to investors. Weighing options. He said. The third source said it includes guaranteed and guaranteed structures that can create a part of the options and potentially facilitate financing for the country. They may see that Ukraine's international partners, multilateral or individual countries in the late 1980s, provided collateral for new bonds similar to Brady bonds published by U.S. Treasurers. It is unclear that Ukraine can collect new funds from the capital markets, because IMF programs generally do not foresee that countries can seek non-connected financing while entering the debt revision of countries. The first source is how willing that large asset executives W.